Hello, welcome back to another episode of Dear Source, your Ascendancy Hotline, where we connect in with all life's issues, whether it's relationships, parenting, work, health, wellness, you name it. Everything that we are here for is a spiritual lesson. And being able to connect in with Source and learn what is truly the gift that I'm being given with this test right in front of me right now. And it's such an honor and such a privilege to be a channel for Source and to connect in with this beautiful community, in with the world, and to share out to the world what one person is going through, hopefully gives you access and a lesson to learn something. So I pray and send out the vibes that all the people that need to hear this, it finds you. Please continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things that continue to push this message into the world so that we may create heaven on earth as we go through our spiritual growth and spiritual lessons here at this time. So without further ado, let's get into today's letter. And today's letter comes from Trying to Find Peace. And it reads, Dear Source, I'm caught in a cycle of self-loathing that I can't seem to shake. It's like a relentless voice in my head, always there to remind me of every mistake, every flaw, and every shortcoming. I find myself speaking harshly to myself, calling myself done, incompetent, just not good enough. And it feels like I'm only surviving, barely keeping my head above water. Life feels heavy, like I'm trudging through the days, every task, every responsibility, even the small, everyday things seem to pile up and overwhelm me. I can't help but feel like I'm failing at all things I'm supposed to do, and it only adds to the weight of this negativity. I want to break free of this loop to find compassion for myself, but I don't know where to begin. How can I shift out of the pattern of criticism and give myself room to breathe, to actually feel good about who I am? Is it possible to move from surviving to feeling a sense of peace and self-acceptance? Please help me find the strength to rise above this negativity and see myself through a kinder, more forgiving lens. I'm ready to start treating myself with the understanding I so freely give others. Trying to find peace. Well, first and foremost, thank you for that beautiful letter and for so much self-awareness and recognition. And the first thing I would offer is that's the gift. The awareness of how you feel is the gift. And the awareness that you feel is that you're not in alignment with your truth. That's why it feels so incredibly heavy, because it isn't who you are. Who you are is your soul. Who you are is divinely perfect in any present moment. And oftentimes when we have these overwhelming feelings and thoughts, that's just elements of within ourselves that's telling us that we are not in alignment with the truth of who we are. And it can be past mistakes, as you described. It can be, the list is endless of, I think, ways that our ego, our separate self, the human aspect of us that's trying to keep us safe, is trying to run these programs. Really, if you look at your thoughts that you're thinking, most often you're probably thinking thoughts that have played out in the past, and it's like a repeat, and your mind just wants you to keep thinking about those, because if you keep thinking about those, you're going to stay stuck. You're not going to move forward. You're not going to expand into your highest and greatest potential, which you're here to do. We are here in oneness with Source itself. We are an emanation of God. We are source. We are the embodiment of God himself. God wouldn't even know himself if he didn't get to experience himself through us. And it's such a profound lesson, which we have many, many great teachers that have taught us this. I mean, Jesus talked about it. I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I. That was all he kept pointing us to is you're one with source, but source is greater than you. I am one with God, but God is greater than me. He just was an example. He was just trying to point us back to the truth of the nature that we're here to subscribe to. And we are here transcending billions of years of programming within our own DNA. We have in 1 gram, 13.5 billion years of storage. That's the age of the universe. We carry our ancestral DNA. We carry all the lineage and the lines of what we are here to transcend and overcome and rewrite. And so our separate self, our ego, the illusion that keeps us out of alignment with God is working overtime. It works overtime. And as you go on this spiritual path, it becomes more and more and more nuanced in the way it presents itself. It'll even disguise itself as being spiritual. And it's like, you're keeping me out of alignedness with the oneness that God has brought me here to be, that I am interconnected with everyone and everything in any given moment. We are all interconnected. We are one with each other. We are energy. We are here to bring through our human vessel and our human body the energetic blueprint that our soul is made of, that was trained in the archangel realms to bring forth a unique expression that helps and serves the rest of humanity. Each one of us has it. Each one of us houses it. And each one of us is here to remember that. Anytime that we are feeling the way you described, it's because we're not remembering our divinity. We're not remembering that our DNA itself spells God eternal within the body. We are not remembering our divinity. And we are running programs from our humanness, which is totally acceptable and totally okay, of lack, of attachment to outcomes, and out of fear. We want to control. Anytime we want to control an outcome, anytime we are attached to the way the outcome comes about, if we have a perceived deficit of lack, I'm lacking something, we are not acting from source. We are not acting from the consciousness that we are. We're acting from the illusion of our separate self. We're acting from our ego. There is a saying in the Course of Miracles, the ego speaks first and the ego speaks loudest. What's the small, still voice that's within you that's telling you you're perfect, you're whole, you're complete? And to exist intensely in any present moment. We've created, again, constructs as human beings that aren't even true. As Einstein said, in science, time and space are relative. We don't really know. They're relative. Time doesn't really exist. The only time is right now. Right now. In this present moment, there is no past, there is no future, there is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday. There's only the now. And anytime we're feeling this disalignment, drawing ourselves back into what is here for me right now. Presence yourself, bring yourself into the present moment. What is occurring right now? What is occurring right now? Right now. Oftentimes the answer is peace, space, serenity. When I really can ground myself in any given moment and bring myself back to what is present for me right now. And to then look when I am having those feelings of being able to really explore and understand where that's coming from. The work that we are here to do is all internally within ourselves. There is no human being external to us that's causing us any type of pain. There is no situation outside of us that's causing us any type of pain. We are creating our own suffering. And we, as a human species, human race, we are addicted to our suffering because that's what our ego likes. It's so familiar to us. If I can tell somebody my sad sob story of things that have gone on in my life, it's so easy because it's easy to identify with because we all like our suffering. But at what point do we rise up and just remember who we are? Remember the divinity and the oneness that pervades the universal law. There's only one of us here. There's one massive energy that we're all a part of. We're a drop in the ocean, which makes us the ocean. We can't tease it apart. So anytime we're feeling that disalignment, we have to just be aware and get curious. Where is that coming from? Where is that stemming from? Is that true? Let me feel that. Let me love that part of myself. Back into the remembrance of the now. And to then requalify the now moment with the truth of who I am. That's how we heal. That's how we solve the problem. We have to work in unison with our two polarities, our positive and our negative polarity. Our positive, our masculine energy and our feminine energy. We all embody masculine and feminine energy. We're here to harmonize them. We're here to bring them into balance. We're here to bring them into union within ourselves so that we may know that I can feel those emotions, the feminine polarity. I can understand where those emotions come from. I can honor them and I can see the divinity of what they were trying to do to protect me. And then I can stand in my masculine polarity and remember the truth of who I am. I am an emanation of source. I am the drop in the ocean that is the ocean. That's the truth of who I am. So as you go on this journey, you are in such a beautiful spot trying to find peace because in that you're aware. It's not overly complicated. That's our ego. We're in a beautiful dance in our universe of a paradox. Everything is paradoxical. It's simple yet complex, and it's complex yet simple. But just being aware and acknowledging and sitting, not with that long. You don't need to crucify yourself. You can just acknowledge, oh, I'm sad. I'm sad in this moment because I don't feel worthy. I don't feel worthy because I have forgotten who I am. But who I am, I'm source itself. So I am worthy of all that is, all that ever will be, and I can remember that back into myself. We don't have to stay. We are in a constant cycle of death and rebirth, of being on the cross and resurrecting. Those are metaphors of our lives. We are the phoenix, the death to ashes and the complete rebirth back to ourselves over and over and over again, time and time and time again. That's all we're here for. Just completely allowing ourselves to burn down and bring ourselves back into the truth of who we are. And we're going to have another lesson, and we're going to peel back another layer. We're going to chip away another element of that stone that is looking to reveal you as the magnificent sculpture you already are. It already exists. We are here on this journey to just delayer, remove the excess stone. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reminder. That's it. We're here to be the Pieta that Michelangelo created, or the David. And his whole goal, and he said it, and it's a beautiful metaphor for our souls, is I'm just here to remove the excess marble. The statue already existed inside of it. You already exist in your divine perfection. It already exists. All you have to do is take every lesson, every moment, and use it to remove the layers of untruth. That's all we're here to do. So you are a beautiful, bright soul trying to find peace. You are not the things that you think. We are not our thoughts. We are not our mind. Our mind, the gnosis, is the spiritual eye of the heart. It's the conduit between the spiritual realm and our heart, our body, our expression of ourselves in the world. It's just a translator. We are not our thoughts. We are our souls. We are divine. And we're here to walk the beautiful dance of being equally human and equally divine, which means honoring what we feel, what's coming up, and requalifying that back into the truth and the essence of who you are. So thank you. And for those of you that would like to write in, you have any type of situation, please do so. If you would like a one-on-one session with me so that we can connect, I can hear your story, we can talk about your path and your journey and how I may assist you along that. We're here seeing each other home, back to ourselves, back to the truth of who we are. And I am just here of one of many souls in service to the world and to humanity. And coming in 2025, I'm building a beautiful spiritual community where we can connect like-minded people, where we have true support, true community, true connection, so that we can elevate the consciousness of this planet. And I would just continue to advocate that you like, share, subscribe, send this to whoever needs to hear it. Know that you are love, you are loved, and that we are here to be love. So until tomorrow, honor your truth, trust the process, and stay connected to Source.